Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope a Dope Report. I am your host, Chris Carlson. Make sure you check out Rope a Dope Radio every Wednesday. And for after the fight coverage, check out the 12th and final round. Both can be found at www.blogtalkradio.com/Rope a Dope Radio. All right, I'm here for the after the fight Sergio Martinez versus Paul Williams report, I guess you could call it. The aftermath. First of all, two things. Great fight that I could see going either way. But we got to get over this, guys, okay? There's a difference between a robbery and a scorecard robbery. That 119 to 110, that's a scorecard robbery, and that is just a ridiculous, okay? But that's over here. Now, in a tight fight, which is where we are over here, it can't be a robbery, guys. If you loved Martinez and you picked him, you can't say he got robbed, okay? I didn't pick him, okay? And in fact, when I did make my video, I didn't think I talked enough, now that I go back and look back at it, I didn't think I talked enough about Martinez, and so I think I underestimated it as well. And last week on the 12th and final round, for the after the fight show, we talked about the fight then, the Paul Williams-Martinez fight. And the second thing I wanted to mention was Dragon Style. Great pick just in general, even though your dude didn't win. He could have won either way. It could have been a draw. Could have been a win for either side, I'd see. It was a tight fight. But I don't know if he got my text. Yeah, he got my text. I was actually going to call into the show, but I was having problems with my coverage. I was at a buddy's house that he lives in this neighborhood that's full of trees. And the area is like deep in a valley, so it's like coverage is just known to be horrible there. But I was able to text a little bit. Sometimes I get a text like 20 minutes later, or my text would take 20 minutes to get someplace. But after the second round, I said, "You were right, Dragon Style." And so early on, let's get into this fight, okay? Early on, Martinez. I thought Paul Williams, even though he came out with, I believe, because I did listen to the show after, I actually just listened to it today, the 12th and final round, and Dragon Style said, he's coming out kind of an awkward, mechanical type, robotic type head movement, but right away it was fast enough and weird enough that it was giving Martinez minor problems, just minor. But after that knockdown, okay, he did change his whole, no more head movement, no more smartness, no really effective aggressiveness. It actually just turned into aggressiveness. And up until the third or fourth round, I had Martinez winning the fight pretty easily. Paul wasn't able to get off even on his jab. He was coming in with those wide shots, and he just wasn't, he was being way too aggressive for going against a slick southpaw with speed. Just bottom line. Then he made some adjustments. He would get back to moving his head a little bit minorly, or just keep his hands up and start with the jab and then come in more. And I should, southpaw. But, he doesn't always have to come forward so aggressive and leave yourself so wide open, and that was a problem. And then I thought in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th, Paul Williams took over the fight. And now it was him being a little bit more effective in his aggressiveness. And it was also Martinez giving some rounds away. He would sometimes just do that, which makes him look kind of tired. And I know after the fight he said he wasn't tired. But he's just kind of doing this, walking around the ring and giving away rounds. If you work for a minute, okay, of a round, or 30 seconds of a round, and the other guy is landing punches and working for 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes, that goes to the aggressor that's landing punches. Because another thing I heard a lot of overall, I think Martinez landed the bigger shots overall. But let's not act like Paul didn't land big shots. I mean, sometimes Martinez would have to get away and reset completely, or just hold on the inside after receiving a big shot. So it wasn't like it was all pity pats that he was throwing. I did hear some comments about pity pats on forums and different comments on videos that I've seen, and it wasn't like Paul, early on, like I said, up until the fourth round, fourth round, he was not landing his shots. But then he started landing his shots, and the jabs started landing more, and he was just busier and effective. So therefore, I gave him the lead. Now going into the 10th, I thought it was, if I can remember correctly, I thought it was a tighter round, but a more calmer round. And the 11th to 12th, you know, this whole fight is something I'm gonna have to watch. I got a buddy coming over here. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. He was out of town. We're gonna watch it again, and I'm actually gonna scorecard it. I was around a couple people, probably like 5 people, and it was just a great fight, and I didn't do a scorecard. So it's something that I gotta rewatch and rescore. You know what I mean? Because there's so many tight rounds and so much back and forth, and really it was just a great fight. And I'd love to see a rematch. And I think these are probably the 2 best 154-pounders right now. So it should be for the title. It should be a rematch. And then after that, you can move on to other people in that division. But like I said, it was a tight fight. I could see it either way. But it wasn't a robbery, guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm still going to get people saying Martinez was robbed. He wasn't robbed, man. It's a tight fight. You can't get robbed in a tight fight. Scorecard robbery, that's different. Anyway, this has been the Rope-A-Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Dragon Style, good call. You were the only one on our show that was going for Sergio. Peace.